Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the virtual career fair as part of St. Cloud Area Career Week. My name is Kelly Garreds, and I am one of the workforce development specialists here at the St. Cloud CareerForce office. I wanted just to welcome you all to the event. We have 6 St. Cloud area employers with us today who are excited to talk to you about their employment opportunities. Today's event is part of a series of events that we are providing for the area. That would include a series of virtual career fairs focused on different industries and occupations. Today we have our event this morning from 9 until 10:30. And as I said, we have 6 employers on the event with us this morning. This afternoon we'll be focused more on healthcare and social assistance occupations. And then tomorrow we have an event focused on construction and trades. And then in the afternoon, one on business, finance, and IT. So if any of those areas are of interest to you, you can definitely visit us at careerforcemn.com/St. Cloud and register for those events that are of interest to you. Again, you can go to careerforcemn.com/St. Cloud and register for those events. And we will be more than happy to help you with that. You can give us a call at 320-308-5320, and one of our staff would be happy to help you with that. Today's event is happening in Microsoft Teams, and for those of you who are not familiar with Teams, you are able to post questions in the Q&A box that will be to the right of your screen. Those questions then we will answer to or ask of our employers as we're going through today's event. So as our employers are presenting their information, if you have a question about something that they said or maybe something they haven't said that you're kind of wondering about, you can go ahead and place those questions in the Q&A box and we'll be happy to ask that for you. Maybe you see a question in the Q&A box that you're like, hey, yeah, I want to know about that too. Go ahead and hit that little thumbs up sign, or as my kids would call it, the Fonzie sign. And we will go ahead and make sure those questions get asked. And that just helps us kind of rate those questions and make sure that we get everything answered as much as we can. Today's agenda, we're going to start out with DeZURIK's, and then we're going to go to Esler of America. Grady's is with us also, Cisco, TO Plastics, and Cintas. After each of the employers, we'll have a little section for Q&A for those specific employers. But as we go through, we're also going to have a bigger Q&A section at the end of all of this. And we'll wrap up with a little 1-minute spiel from each of those employers so that they can wrap up their presentations. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So if Tamara, Cody, and Terry, if you guys are ready to go, you will need to unmute your lines. *69, guys.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Tamara.
Okay, perfect. Cody, did you get your unmuted?
I think he's still muted.
How about me? This is Terry.
Terry, you're on.
Okay, Cody is getting called in, so if we could start with the video here, Kelly, if you could get that going for us.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
On the outside, they may look like ordinary valves, but they're more than ordinary. It's what's inside that makes them truly extraordinary. Inside is over 250 years of combined applications experience, over 1,000 employees and factory-trained sales representatives, and tens of thousands of satisfied customers in virtually every country in the world. Inside, there's dedication and experience, design innovation, quality, service, and pride. That's what makes the DeZURIK difference. DeZURIK is a family of 4 time-honored valve brands: DeZURIK, APCO, Hilton, and Willamette. Throughout our history, our success has been built upon the same founding principles. We listen to our customers, we understand their processes, and we build valves that solve their problems. With the world's leading technology and seasoned engineering teams continually innovating new products, DeZURIK's future has never been brighter. Customers appreciate our responsiveness, and they derive complete peace of mind in our industry-leading 2-year warranty on all products. They trust DeZURIK to keep their operations humming at peak efficiency. That's a lot of responsibility, but it's a challenge we embrace every day as the industry leader. It's what makes us stronger, faster, smarter, better. It's what makes us different, the DeZURIK difference. Because it's not just a valve, it's a DeZURIK valve.
All right. So this is kind of sums up DeZURIK a little bit. We were founded, as the first bullet point says, we were founded in 1928 by Matt DeZURIK. He created our first valve. And from that point, we've grown, and we are now 500 employees worldwide, and we have various locations. Our headquarters are located here in Sartell. We also have one in Redmond, Washington, Houston, Texas, and Cambridge, Ontario, which is located in Canada. So it's been pretty exciting to see this organization grow throughout all these years. And what we do, as the video described, is manufacture valves for both municipal and industrial applications. Kelly, can you move on to the next slide?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Oh, there we go. It's up.
Okay. So our general production includes things like general laborers, finishers, rubber fabricators, maintenance men working in maintenance, and welders. We also have our CNC machinists, and this position normally requires a 2-year degree. Otherwise, there are some tests that we take here at DeZURIK just to see where you're at and where your strengths are within this. We also have opportunities in our administrative and senior leadership fields, anything from HR to engineering, sales, marketing, operations management, everything that a business needs to survive, not just in the plant. We have all of our current openings are located at DeZURIK.com/careers, and you can find all the open positions that are available right now. And then as far as our benefits go, we kind of have a big benefits package. We have paid vacation, which accrues yearly, and then 10 paid holidays. We also offer health and dental insurance, life insurance, a 401k with a company match, and that all differs depending on if you're on the manufacturing floor or an office position. And we also have employee recognition programs, and this includes things like STAR programs, which is like a special thanks and recognition, as well as service anniversaries we like to award and recognize. We have competitive compensation for both the office and union employees, and our pay is on a performance bonus structure, which is based on annual company performance. So how the company does, employees are eligible for a bonus at the end of the year. Kelly, you can move on to the next one.
It's up.
There seems to be a delay, but so one of the things we like to highlight about DeZURIK is the ownership. Granite Equity Partners owns DeZURIK. We're one of 9 niche market companies that Granite Equity owns, and they are a local equity company that with the headquarters in St. Cloud. The difference between Granite Equity and some equity companies would be the 100-year plan. They plan on holding and keeping businesses 100 years and beyond, kind of different than a lot of equity companies. So it seems secure to me. That's something that I looked at when I was looking for a new career. So I think that's kind of a highlight of DeZURIK's. Was I on? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is it from us.
All right. So with the COVID-19 stuff going on right now, what have you guys done as far as COVID-19 preparation, as far as keeping your employees safe during all of this?
Yeah, that's a good question. We've done some various things. One of the things is temperature checks when we walk in to make sure everybody doesn't have a fever. We've also done staggered shifts. So we moved to 4/10s instead of 5/8 so that we would have a day for cleaning. Obviously, social distancing. We also have mandatory masks as that's the governor's orders. And just being aware, not coming to work when you're sick, things like that.
Great. And then, another thing that we oftentimes get asked was, if somebody would have, a second chance employers, are you guys willing to take a look at somebody who maybe has a criminal background, or maybe something that's maybe distant, or maybe something that's maybe not so distant, if they're willing to take trying to change their life or turn their life around a little bit?
Yeah, that's a good question, and it's based on kind of how severe the I don't want to crime or felony or whatever you want to say it was, and there's a certain number of years that go past. Just a various ones. There's just a different year length that then we start accepting them or start just kind of looking into it a little bit, or we discussed with the candidate kind of the different things that go on there. And as far as drug tests and stuff, we do that at the beginning as well. And that is if there is a positive result in a drug test, the candidate needs to wait 6 months before reapplying, and then they can reapply with no penalties or anything like that.
Okay. So it's kind of a case-by-case basis depending on what the situation is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, any questions you guys might have? You definitely can put them in the Q&A box, and we will circle back to DeZURIK's here in a little bit. Thank you guys for the presentation, and we're going to go ahead and move on to Esseler. Sarah, are you ready for us?
Hi guys, good morning. This is Sarah over here at Esseler. I'm so excited to be here again this month. Esseler is a global company based out of Paris, France. We have locations all across the United States. More locally, we have 3 main labs in the St. Cloud, Sauk Rapids region. We have 2 main labs in St. Cloud, which are DBL Labs and Precision Optics. They are literally next door neighbors. You can see one from the other. And then we have Custom Eyes, our main lab in Sauk Rapids. There's a smaller glasses lab in Sauk Rapids, but Custom Eyes is our main location. We have right now about 70 open positions, anywhere from a 3rd shift custodian up to engineer roles. We do offer competitive pay and benefits and a vacation package. Something sort of interesting about Esseler is that we have a lens and frame benefits for you and your immediate family members. So if you or anyone in your immediate family wear eyeglasses, you get a free pair of eyeglasses. As far as our work environment, we're a very casual work environment. You can wear casual clothing. The only really dress code requirement are closed-toed shoes. Steel-toed boots are not required. As far as some other sort of fun things to know about Esseler, is that we have a 2-week training program for any one of our positions that we have open. And the 2-week training program is pretty rigorous. At the end of the 2 weeks, the goal is that you would know how to do your job like the back of your hand. So it's classroom training and then on-the-job training. Most of our positions in production or manufacturing, you're going to be cross-trained in your department. That way you can sort of float around and not every single day looks exactly like the day before. Will you go to the next slide for me?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll hit a little bit more on some of our available positions. Right now, we have first, second, and third shift position openings. As a general rule of thumb, our production or mailroom positions start off at about $14 an hour. Second and third shift do pay a shift differential. Second shift pays $1.50, third shift pays $2. Something that's sort of interesting about Esseler and our 3 locations is that we ask that you stay within your position for 6 months. And then after that 6 months, if you're looking to learn a new skill set or you've moved and you want to be closer, you can move labs, you can move departments, you can move positions. Something sort of interesting about my position is that I get to hire external candidates, but then I also get to work with our internal candidates. So I just literally talked to somebody this week who's been with us for 17 years. They've been on the production floor for primarily the full 17 years, and they want to get into data entry, learn a new skill set. So it's sort of interesting to get to work with all candidates, whether internal or external, and sort of find the position that works best for you all. As far as let me see here. As far as our application and interview process, it's pretty straightforward. You apply online, upload your resume or job history information. Certainly, if you need help with that, you can reach out. We can jot down some information and create the resume and upload it for you. But otherwise, it's a very simplified interview and application process. You'll go to the hyperlink included in the PowerPoint, click on it, put in some information. From there, we'll reach out to you, schedule a brief 15 to 30-minute conversation about the position, review your resume, we'll go over next steps. And then that on-site interview is a pretty in-depth, hands-on interview. You'll do a face-to-face interview with the hiring manager, and then you'll do a tour of the production environment, and then the hiring manager will actually mock out what that position entails. I like to say our interview process is sort of like Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, and it's a pretty in-depth on-site interview process because we want you to be able to see hands-on what that position looks like. And if that position doesn't work well for you or not really what you're looking for, we can set up another on-site interview. And then from there, the offer would be submitted, and there's a pre-employment process, which includes a 10-panel drug test and then a federal and county background check. And then as far as COVID-19 practice procedure, we are doing temperature checks and they're required upon entry. Masks are obviously required upon entry. We do have separate entrance and exits, and then right now there's a clean break between all 3 shifts for cleaning. And then I think that is all the blabbing that I need to do. If you have any questions, feel free to email, call, or text. Happy to answer any questions.
So Sarah, did you mention, and I apologize if I missed it, but did you mention what your hours are for your shifts?
Oh, I didn't. That's great. So first shift is Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., or it's really 2:45 p.m. right now. And then the next shift starts at 3 and goes until 10:45 p.m., and that's also Monday through Friday for second shift. Third shift is a little bit different. It is Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 6:45 a.m.
Okay. And I suppose those 15-minute breaks are just to make sure everybody can get in and out with less contact with other people?
That is right. And there's a separate entrance and a separate exit to further eliminate that cross-contamination from shift to shift.
Perfect. You know, guys, the nice thing that I heard from Sarah is that there's opportunities within Esseler to cross-train against some of those positions that they have available there. So if, you know, this is something that you're interested in doing, maybe getting an entry-level job here and cross-training into other options to gain more skills and move around a little bit. Any questions from the job seekers? Again, you can put those in the Q&A box and we will definitely get those to Sarah. We're going to go ahead. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah,
you're welcome. We're going to go ahead and move on. Our next employer is Lisa with Grady.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Lisa. Thank you.
So Grady is an independent company owned by Granite Capital. We design, engineer, and manufacture high-quality ductile, gray, and specialty iron castings for the automotive industry. We do some work with commercial and industrial markets as well. Grady's products are safety critical. They include chassis, suspensions, and drive train components for the automotive industry. These castings can be highly engineered, very detailed, all the way down to a simple casting as well. We have chassis components for heavy-duty trucks, truck engines, large axle housings, and other drivetrain components for heavy equipment and a little bit of agricultural as well. The main clients, the most business that we do right now is with the big three automakers in Detroit, Chevy, Ford, and Chrysler. We are currently making, we're actually making the rear differential housing unit for the Ford F-250, Ford F-350, all the Chevy heavy-duty trucks, and the Dodge Ram 1500. So all those vehicles have parts that come from our facility. We also do some work with Bobcat and John Deere as well as some other businesses. The Grady headquarters is based in Southfield, Michigan. We have 10 facilities throughout the U.S. and we have about 3,800 employees. We just celebrated our 100th year in business. And, our ownership has changed a little bit, but Grady has been in business for the past 100 years. So we had a celebration here with all kinds of stuff for the employees to acknowledge and celebrate that. Kelly, can you go to the next slide?
I will do so. There you go.
Thank you. So the jobs that we have available throughout our plant are on all three shifts. Kind of the start of our casting process, we start with the melting of iron. So we take scrap metal and pig iron, melt it down into molten iron. So these jobs are very hot. It's usually about 20 to 30 degrees hotter than it is outside. So this summer we had, extreme temperatures. Because of that, we offer a $2 extra incentive for hot pay for those positions. The picture on the slide on the bottom is the process of deslagging the furnaces. So that's one of the jobs that positions on the melt deck would do. You also help with realigning furnaces, moving that scrap, the unusable scrap out, or working with a converter truck. A converter truck is like a big forklift with a big barrel on the front, and that moves the molten iron from the furnace to the molding line. Jobs on the molding line are the picture on the top of the page, actually, and that's someone setting a core on the molding line. And so jobs include core setting, working the molding machine. Anytime there's a pattern change, we change from one type of casting to the next. We have to do some extra things that are involved there. So it's more of a stationary position working on that molding line. Once the castings are poured onto the molding line, they cool, go down the conveyor belts, they end up in our cleaning department or our finishing department. And that's the final step in the process. And it's kind of getting the casting ready for shipping out, taking out any pieces, any fragments that may be left on the casting. So employees in the clean room have do multiple positions, but they could grind the casting to take off those extra burrs, work in the sand or the blast position, knock off when the casting first comes off the molding line, making sure the extra debris gets taken out and just the casting moves on, or working the fork truck. We have several fork truck positions that move castings to the shipping department. And if you go to the next page, please. Our benefits include, I have to switch, 10 paid holidays. We have a clinic that is dedicated for just our associates and dependents and then 2 other employers within St. Cloud. So it's only open to the our employees and their dependents. So you get the personalized service over there. It's, you know, easy access, those types of things. We have medical plan, 2 different options. One, the company pays 100% for the employees. The other one, there is a premium involved. There we have a dental plan, vision plan, life insurance with a voluntary option to purchase up, health savings plan, 401k with company match, paid time off. You accrue 2 weeks of vacation your first year. We have a wellness program. In addition to the hot pay and melt, some of our other positions have incentives as well. Cleaning room has incentives, or core room has incentives, as well as shift premium of $1 an hour for second shift and third shift. Trying to think of any of the other. All candidates are subject to pre-placement testing, which include drug test, physical, and we call it a PDA. It's a physical demands analysis. Because these jobs are requiring you to physically lift, we do test to see what you're capable of doing and not at risk for injury. So those are all done pre-placement, including criminal background check. We are felon friendly. We do ask that no felonies within the last 2 years. But besides that, we're pretty open on criminal backgrounds. As far as COVID goes, we have a COVID team that's based in our corporate office that hands down all of our COVID protocols, which include required masks, temperature checks, or self-reporting weekly of all employees on temperatures, sanitizing the area, sanitizing all areas. Break rooms are set up so employees are not closer than 6 feet. So we are making sure that we are taking that, or that's been implemented throughout the company. I think that's it. Any questions, Kelly?
So Lisa, if they wanted to apply at Grady's, how would they go about doing that?
So we have a new website for candidates. The application process has been simplified, I believe. So the website is, I'm just getting the new, it's workatgrady.com. So if you apply there, we've got an outside source kind of doing all of our recruitment and phone interviews for us. And then once the application is reviewed, then it gets sent to us for scheduling of the interview.
Wonderful. All right, you guys. Again, if you have questions for Grady's, please go ahead and put those in the Q&A box, and we will get those to Lisa. There aren't any in the Q&A box right now, Lisa, and you answered my questions because we've been friends for a long time. So I will go ahead and go on to the next employer, and we will circle back to you. We have Cisco. Tina, are you with us? Tina, you have to hit *69 to unmute your phone. Tina?
If she's not there, I could do theirs too.
Well, she came back on. I don't know where she's. Oh, hang on a second. Tina? Well, why don't we do this? We will move forward and go, do we have, let's do TO Plastics and see if Tina comes back on. Otherwise, Lisa, I may pick up on you.
That's fine.
Oh, Tina's on the, oh, yeah, hang on. Yeah, we're gonna move forward with TO Plastics. Elena, can you click in? Elena, are you unmuted? This is how technology works, guys. Elena, are you ready to go? Elena? All right, we'll see. Elena or Tina, who do we have?
I'm here. This is Tina. Sorry.
Hi. Nope, that's fine, Tina. We'll go back here. Okay, your slides are up on the screen now.
Perfect. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know why my computer is not letting me in.
Nope, that's fine. Go ahead, your slide is up.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. My name is Tina, and I'm going to be talking about Cisco. More so, I'm going to be talking about Buckhead. I'm going to start out with talking a little bit about Cisco as a company. So Cisco is 50 years old. We are a food service company. We have multiple locations all over the U.S. We have one location here in St. Cloud, and we have a facility, Buckhead Meat of Minnesota, which is next door to Cisco. Here at Cisco, we distribute food to all kinds of different restaurants, grocery stores, coffee shops, pretty much anywhere that can get food. And then at Buckhead Meats of Minnesota, they do a lot of the production of our food. So they produce a lot of ready-to-eat food, fresh cut steaks, burgers, appetizers. They produce that food, package it. A lot of it either comes back over to us or it goes out to other Cisco opcos in the U.S. Right now, our open positions that we have, if you take a look, we have a second shift production supervisor. We have a QA tech, and we also have some first and second shift packers. Our packers are packaging up that food. So they're packaging, you know, our fresh cut steaks, burgers, any type of appetizers, putting it into cases, packaging it up, and getting it ready to ship out. Our QAs are making sure that the food is to the quality it should be. And then that production supervisor is also supervising everybody, making sure that they're getting their work finished. If you see on here, we also do have sign-on bonuses for all of our positions right now. So our production supervisor, there's a $2,500 sign-on bonus. Our QA tech, there's a $1,000 sign-on bonus. And then our packers, there's also a $1,000 sign-on bonus. And these bonuses get paid out within that first year of working. So usually it's between 60, 90, or 6 months, depending on the bonus. If you want to scoot over to the next slide.
There you go.
Thank you. And then I'll just kind of go over some of the benefits that we offer right now. Like I was saying before, there are sign-on bonuses for all of these positions right now. We have, medical, dental, vision. We have the paid holidays, PTO, sick time, personal days. On that sick time, if you don't use it within that year, it does get paid out at the end of the year. We have a 401k with a match, and then we also have stock options available that you would get at a discounted price through Cisco. And, if you guys are interested in applying, you can go to the next slide here. You can go to cisco.com/careers. You can give me a phone call at that phone number. And that's all I really have. Is there any questions?
So Tina, what kind of shifts do you guys run over at Cisco?
So right now we're hiring for first and second shift. Our first shift would start at 8 a.m., work until about 4:30-ish. And then that second shift will come on after that first shift is gone, 4:30 to finish. So usually that's about an 8-hour shift. Sometimes it is a little bit busier, so they are working a little bit longer. Sometimes if we're not as busy, they are getting off a little bit earlier on that second shift. We do have a third shift, which is our sanitation crew. As of right now, though, we are full, so we are not hiring for them right now.
So is it always a Monday through Friday position? There's no weekends?
Most of the time it's Monday through Friday. We do get contracts in from other companies that they are busier, so they have worked some Saturdays, just depending on the time of the year.
Okay.
It does seem to slow down a little bit around the holidays, so usually they're not working on the weekends around those holidays, and sometimes they're getting a little bit more time off around then too.
Okay. All right. Again, you guys, if you have questions for Cisco, please go ahead and put those in the Q&A box, and Tina can answer those for you. All right, we're going to go ahead and move forward on to T&O Plastics. Elena, are you with us? *69 to unmute your phone.
Hi, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Oh, wonderful. I'm glad we finally got through.
I'm like,
So my name is Elena. Yeah, I'm calling in from TO Plastics to talk to you guys about our exciting opportunities here. TO Plastics is a manufacturing company. We are an essential business because we support horticulture and agriculture as well as the medical industries. We make plastic parts. So in Clearwater, which is where all of our positions are for today that we're hiring for, we make pots and trays for planting and growing, kind of like the little pot that you would get when you purchase a pre-grown tomato plant in the store. That's a great example of the products that we make here. We've been around since 1948, so we've been here for 72 years. We are a Minnesota company. And like I said, all the positions that we're looking at today are going to be at our Clearwater location. It's right off of County Road 5, so we're really easy to find. We have a variety of positions available, ranging from entry-level positions to more skilled roles. Now, we do have a shift schedule. You'll see the first shift there is 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. Our second shift is from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, and third shift is 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Sunday night through Thursday night. And we do offer some shift differential pay for the second and third shifts. In production, we're looking for packers, both entry-level and experienced machine operators as well. These are the individuals that are going to be running our machines and pulling the finished product off the lines and packaging them, sending them off to the shipping department. We're also looking for individuals in our extrusion department. All of our scrap products and rejected plastic parts, we have the ability to grind those down to small particles, which is what that material grinder would do. And then we can take the small plastic pieces and remelt them into brand new plastic rolls to go back on our lines to create our parts. And so that's what an extrusion operator would do. And we just had a new opening on second shift come up for extrusion operator. We're also looking for some maintenance personnel. We have setup mechanics. Their job is to make sure that the lines are running properly and help make adjustments to eliminate any quality issues or concerns that we have, as well as set up new machines for new product runs that we're going to be starting. We're also looking for some maintenance mechanics. And this is more of a skilled position, and they would be taking care of preventative maintenance or repairs on our machines to make sure that everything's running smoothly. Those positions all follow our traditional shift schedule, and you can go on our website to take a look at what openings we have specifically for each of those positions on which shift. Our warehouse positions, we have a couple of different openings here. They follow a more daytime shift for the warehouse coordinator and our logistics coordinator positions. And then we're also looking for forklift operators or dock workers. And depending on where the assignment is, it could follow a traditional shift or it could be more of a daytime shift since we have trucks coming in and out all of the time. We have a lot of opportunities and things are opening up all of the time. So all of our postings are available for our internal employees to apply to as well. So there's always that growth potential. If you're working in a position and maybe you'd like to transition into a warehouse or a maintenance position, you can certainly apply internally and we would set up an interview with you with one of the department leaders. As for external hires, the process is pretty simple. We start out with a phone screen. So if you go online to toplastics.com and apply to any of our positions, our recruiter is going to reach out to you by email and schedule a phone interview. Then you'll talk with them. They'll be able to answer all of your questions about the position, and they'll talk a little bit more about what your skills and abilities are. And then they would determine what might be a really great fit for your experience and interests with the company. Then we would schedule an on-site tour and interview. So you get the opportunity to meet the supervisor on the shift that you're applying to, and you'd be able to take a look at the environment. It's a really great thing to be able to walk out and watch someone actually perform the job that you're applying for. So you get a great idea if it's going to be a good fit for you or not. And then after that, we would proceed with an offer. If we thought it was going to be a great fit to have you join us, we do have our offers contingent on a background check and drug test. And our background check is based on some guidelines that we had set by corporate, and it's really a case-by-case basis. So if you have something that maybe you're concerned about, having a conversation up front is a really great way for us to determine if we're going to be able to move forward and what you can do in order to become eligible for a position here. So just let us know. We are happy to talk through anything that you guys have going on. So if you want to go to the next, we are on the next slide. Look at that.
I moved it forward.
You are intuitive in where I was going. So we do have a ton of talent development opportunities. So our new hire orientation has a lot of safety training. It's the first thing that we talk about. You'll talk about safety and the interview process and on the tour and in orientation and every day on the job. We always talk about safety because it raises awareness and brings safety to our environment as well. We have on-the-job training for all of our positions, and we have a skill level progression, which is a really great program because our positions have different levels to them. If you start out at the base level, level 1, you will master all of the skills and responsibilities listed there, and then you have the opportunity to move to the next level. It comes with a pay increase, and this can happen as quickly as you're able to learn those new skills. So it's really an employee-driven program. We don't have any limitations. As soon as you can demonstrate those skills, you're ready for the next level. And we have a ton of benefits available. We do weekly pay. We have PTO and 8 paid holidays. We have a referral bonus that's going right now to the end of the month, tuition reimbursement, medical, dental, a 401k with company match, and all sorts of other benefits. So go ahead and apply online at toplastics.com or send us an email. We'd be happy to discuss any concerns or questions that you might have. I know that COVID is a really hot topic and we do require masks in our environment, as well as we do temperature screenings and a bunch of different cleaning schedules that individuals will participate in themselves before and after shifts and also between break times. So we'd love to hear from you, and we're excited to talk about job opportunities at TO Plastics.
Well, thank you, Elena. Sounds like a great opportunity for some advancement possibilities there, guys. You know, sounds like they've got a lot of skill progression and leadership opportunities with TO Plastics. Again, if you're interested in applying there, it is toplastics.com. And then Elena has got her email address and her phone number listed on that slide. One thing I didn't tell you guys is that we are recording this event, and we will be sending out a copy of the PowerPoint slides and the recording link that'll be posted on YouTube later today. So I will be sending that out to all of the registered participants. So all of this information will be coming to you in an email later today also. So no frets. We will get this to you, so you will have all of this information. We are going to move on to Kim. And Kim, are you with us? *69 to unmute your phone.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great. Good morning.
Good morning.
So thanks for having me this morning. I wanted to get on and kind of talk to you guys about what Cintas is and what we do. Cintas leads the industry in supplying corporate identity uniforms programs, and we provide entrance mats, restaurant supplies, promotional products for state and safety. We also have carpet and tile cleaning. We operate in over 500 facilities throughout the United States. We are considered an essential business because we do provide services to hospitals and essential businesses as such. We invest in you when you work for Cintas. We have competitive wages and benefits. Our growth opportunities are endless. We talk about the jungle gym here instead of the corporate ladder or moving up the ladder. And the reason why we say that is because you can change careers in Cintas without having to change companies. We have world-class training and development. We have in our corporate office a team of members that are just there to facilitate our training and our development. We also have mentorships and a lot of support here. Our Cintas partners, employee partners, work at mentoring each other, and we do match each new team member up with a mentor so that they have someone that they can go to for questions. Next slide. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what we have open here in our St. Cloud facility. Our facility in St. Cloud is a laundry facility. So we do have a production plant, but we also have a service department. In our plant right now, we have a first shift belt operator position. And what that is when we're washing entrance mats, there is a conveyor belt where all the mats come off of the conveyor belt. The belt operator would be operating that conveyor belt and weighing up each sling to be washed. Our utility 4 position is on our second shift, and what that position is you learn all the different jobs at Cintas in our facility, and then as people are on PTO or if it's, we're short-staffed, you bounce around into the different jobs, so you kind of get a variety, and you're doing something different every day. The stockroom utility operator is in our stockroom. So our stockroom houses all of our current customers' uniforms. Our customers rent uniforms from us. That way, when they have an employee that leaves their company, they don't have to keep buying new uniforms. They can just pull out of our stockroom. So the stockroom utility operator would learn all the different jobs in the stockroom, and then they would bounce around again as needed for covering for PTO or short staffing issues. Our route skipper is in our service department. So I don't know if you're out on the road often and see our Cintas box trucks, but our Cintas service team goes out and they deliver our different products, such as our uniforms, entrance mats, to our customers. They also pick up all of our soiled garments and mats, and they bring them back to our facility to be laundered. So the route skipper is basically one of our employee partners that learns all of our different routes for our customers, and then as our employee partners are off for PTO or maybe we have short staffing issues, that route skipper would fill in for those people. Our production supervisor position is on our second shift. The hours for that position are 2:45 to 11:15. Great opportunity for a new supervisor or someone with only 2 to 5 years experience in wanting to have a smaller shift. It's only about 20 partner employees that you would be managing. We also have maintenance tech position on our second shift. So what that is you would be doing maintenance work on our different like washing machines, our dryers, our boilers. So having some good experience in that field and being able to get a boiler's license, or if you have one now, that's a bonus. So those are just some of our different positions, and on there I put the website where you can apply. And the next, can you put it to the next slide?
Yep.
So I also wanted to mention that more than 5 million people go to work every day in a Cintas uniform. We are one of the most admired companies per Fortune magazine. We do have we're publicly traded. So right now our stock is up to $322 a share. And so being part of our team, you get a chance to purchase stock at a discounted rate, so that's fantastic. Some of our other benefits are you're paid weekly. We have 401k, stock options, medical and dental. We have weekly premiums for your medical that can be as little as $0 a week. So I just wanted to mention that there are endless opportunities working here at Cintas. The benefits are amazing. You definitely, if it's a company you want to come and move up in, it's definitely a place for you to start. I wanted to mention that our senior vice president, he started as a route skipper, and he's now senior vice president of Cintas. So you don't have to be, master's degree, even a 4-year degree to be able to move up in the company, as long as you're willing to work hard and you have true grit. Cintas is a fantastic company to grow your career. So yes, that's what I'd like to talk about with Cintas.
So Kim, we had a couple of questions come in yesterday for you in particular from a job seeker who has some limitations with internet. And one of the questions that he had was, how long do you keep your applications on file?
Well, we have to. We are a court. We have federal contracts, so we have to follow a lot of OSTCP guidelines. So anybody that does apply, we either have to interview them or we disposition them. So we do encourage our candidates out there to join our talent community, because then as new opportunities pop up, they would get notified that either through text message or through email that a position that fits them has opened back up, and then they're encouraged to reapply.
Gotcha. And then this particular job seeker has worked in the laundry business before with one of your competitors, and I won't name that one, but they had some background in something called a warp station, or a wrap station, maybe is what he was talking about. And he was wondering if you had any openings in that department, perhaps.
I kind of think I might know what he is talking about. As far as competitors, we like to have a little bit of length of time between when they worked for the competitor when they come work for us.
Okay.
But the utility position on our second shift would be learning all the different jobs. And if he's talking about the wrap out, is what I'm thinking,
Yep.
that would be one of the positions that would entail. So yes, I encourage that person to apply for sure. We'd love to take a look at his application.
All right, so there you have it. And we will move on. I did have a question come in after one of the job seekers or after one of the employers talked. And this is kind of going out to all of you employers. One of the job seekers said that they have some concerns about not getting interviews due to their age, and how should they go about addressing that? And I guess I'm going to kind of take that out to all of you rather than anyone in particular, because I do think that that's a valid concern for some of our job seekers. Any of you have any suggestions for this job seeker?
I have a suggestion.
Sure, go ahead.
It is obviously against the law for anybody to ageism anyone when it comes to applying for positions. There might be some employers out there that are not following the guidelines in the law. I would suggest not putting dates of schooling because once they get, I'm not saying that anybody does that on this call, but that could be a reason they look and see, maybe they graduated high school or went to college 30 years ago. They may pass up that resume. Just a suggestion.
Okay, and who is this?
Kim from Cintas.
Okay, thanks, Kim. Anybody else? How far back do you think they need to go on their resume as far as work history goes? What do you guys look for?
Kelly, this is Cody. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Yeah, just wanted to touch on that other one as well. Usually what we see when someone has a lot of experience, I would just suggest being open to different positions. Generally at DeZURIK, we have second shift positions or third shift positions open, and someone with a lot of experience is maybe a little more picky. They want a day shift position, or they're not used to not having as much time off. So I would say just be comfortable with that. And really what we look for, to answer your other question as far as experience, is really pick out anything that applies to the position you're applying for. So if it were a production position, if you've worked in manufacturing before, be sure to put that on the resume and really highlight that because that's something that sticks out as we're going through resumes.
Perfect. Thank you guys for answering that, because I do think that's a question we get quite a bit from our job seekers, that they really feel like their age is a concern when they're out there applying. And a lot of times that isn't necessarily something that they foresaw themselves having to do at whatever age they're at, is to be looking for another job. So any questions from our job seekers? I'm kind of watching the Q&A box here to see. I think you guys did a marvelous job. I want to thank our employers for their participation this morning. It's been fascinating with all of this information. I want to give you guys some information about CareerForce opportunities that we have available. Our department has partnered up with Coursera, and Coursera is an organization that offers a lot of opportunities through different universities and different universities throughout the country. One of the things that's really interesting with Coursera is that you can take free career-focused classes and workshops through universities like the U of M, Yale, Harvard, University of Illinois. And if you're looking for a way to maybe upgrade some training or maybe fill some skill gaps, things like that, you can definitely sign up for this. If you're a resident in the state of Minnesota, you can definitely go to careerforcemn.com/Coursera and take a look at the catalog there. They have over 3,800 courses in that catalog, and they're adding new ones each and every day. But it's a great way to take some free online classes, so you can be sitting at home on your couch with your tablet or your laptop and take some courses to kind of fill in some gaps. I know we've had staff take some computer security classes, and I've had other staff take some leadership classes and things like that. So lots of opportunities to look at some of those opportunities. So we will then also talk about dislocated worker and vocational rehabilitation services, and looking at some of the programs that we have available here at CareerForce, and looking at, maybe you need a little bit more one-on-one program help, and looking at having staff work with you. There's some eligibility requirements on that, but if you are looking for maybe some retraining or some career assessments to determine a path, or maybe you need an accommodation to return to work, you can definitely check out the Dislocated Worker Program or Vocational Rehabilitation Services. And these programs are kind of set up to help you kind of overcome some of those obstacles. If you're a veteran out there, we want to thank you for your service. We do appreciate you, and we have a team of staff here who work specifically with veterans programming, and they promote our veterans to employers and assist our veterans in returning to work. And so if you fit that category, you definitely want to give us a call and ask about veteran services, and we can help connect you with that. Now with COVID has brought so many changes in 2020. One of them has been our virtual services, our virtual career fairs, our virtual workshops. Everything has gone virtual for us this year. And we have so many options available through CareerForceMN.com. For example, this workshop or this virtual career fair is going to be recorded, and so we will be posting lots of things on CareerForceMN.com. Including recordings of workshops that we've already presented, career fairs that have already happened. And it's a convenient way for you to go back and watch them when it's convenient for you. Obviously, when we do these, it's not always a convenient time for people. And so sometimes going back at a later time is obviously an option for you. We can also, just because our doors are still closed to the public doesn't mean that we don't want to be there for you. And so we are still available by phone. We're still available to do a virtual platform meeting with you, whether that's through Skype, Zoom, Teams. Some of our staff are able to do a FaceTime meeting. So we want to have you feel free to reach out to us and to meet you where you're most comfortable with. So if you need help with getting ready for an interview, or if you need help with developing a resume, whatever that is that you need us to help you with, please feel free to reach out to us and let us know how we can help you with your job search. As always, we're still posting our jobs on Minnesota Works. That's the state's labor exchange. And so our employers are posting them there. We are posting them there for some of our employers. And so that is where we are posting our jobs. We do have one question that came back. I think it's for Kim, about what a belt operator is. Kim, are you still with us?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yep.
A belt operator is, oh, I lost you again.
Nope, you're here.
Okay, so the belt operator position is when we wash our entrance mats, they are put on a conveyor belt when they're dried, and then the belt operator would be operating that belt and weighing up the entrance mats so that they can be folded.
Okay. Hopefully that'll answer the question for our job seeker. And then we had one come in for DeZURIK. They wanted a little bit more information about your lab position. So Cody,
Hi,
Terry.
Kelly.
Hi.
Yeah, lab position, we have an engineering lab on the floor where we do a lot of tests, experiments, new product development, R&D. So that would be working with the lab manager on various different projects, pretty much project based is what that would be. So engineering engineering field for that.
So do they need to have any experience for that lab position then?
You know, obviously experience and a degree is always helpful, but I know previous is kind of a newer position that we've created because the lab just had one person, but now we've kind of got a tech in there. So experience would help, but definitely not required. One of our lab managers who actually promoted was has a background in field service, so he previously would travel all around the United States helping with installs and doing repair work and things like that.
Okay, cool. All right. Did we get all the questions answered? I'm just kind of looking through the Q&A here, guys. All right, guys, I believe we have answered everyone's questions, and I want to thank everyone for joining us today. Thank you to all of our employers. I appreciate you joining us today. Thanks to all of our job seekers. Again, if you have any questions for CareerForce staff, please reach out to us. You can either call us at 320-308-5320. You can also send us an email at careerforce.saintcloud. Saint is S-A-I-N-T, cloud, C-L-O-U-D, at state.mn.us. Or if you want, you can visit us at careerforcemn.com/Saint Cloud. Again, please spell out Saint. Again, thank you, and I hope you guys enjoy the marvelous day that you have ahead of you. The sun is shining, and we do not have many of these nice days left. I hate to inform you, but the leaves are changing. So enjoy your day, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.